Someone to bounce ideas off. Okay, let me get started.
Oh, hi. Mic too loud.
Oh no, it's fine. So I'm gonna do the.
Sure.
Oh. What the fuck? These two fucking people are fucking stalking me. Like, dude, if they were the first, if it was you two sending the fucking death threats, then I would be scared because you're in my fucking walls. You guys can kill me whenever you guys want, Azuno and Century. You're in my fucking walls. You're underneath the fucking floorboards. And Merlot, the usual suspects, in my home, in my house right now. Why are all of you here? This is 3 hours early. What are you doing with your fucking life? But thank you guys for watching. We are your mods for a reason. Yeah, if you want to become a mod on the Discord channel, just message me what your Discord is. I'll make you a mod there too. You're in my walls, dude. So if you want to hang out, I'm in my Discord channel in the coaching room. I'm here. We're joined by Nimikin. Imagine typing faster than the uploader himself. Spending life. Yep. So I'm gonna stream because this guy needs help. So you can start stream. You can start streaming your stream. I can help you set up the team.
Oh, sure. Wait a second.
Sorry. I am. Yeah. I always have lung issues.
Everything.
Those of you guys who
Like this.
watch my content know how fucking often I fucking cough. Nothing I can do about it, unfortunately.
Wait.
It's just a I want to say medical issue, but it's not even that. So let me try to get the thing on. Coaching. Boom, boom, boom.
Here, like, it's what I ran, I think.
It's like on sepia mode.
Wait a second. Like... Wait, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. It's just everything is weird. It's like it's on sepia. If you know what that filter is. So let me just resize everything.
Wait, let me check.
Oh, it's like on night mode.
Yep, maybe.
It's fine. It doesn't affect anything. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so like, that's what I set up.
Yeah.
I think,
So
like,
the
it
biggest
was my
issue here is like you're
team.
using Knot is very good in that. However, you're missing levels on Knot. That is the main crux of issue, and everything is like level 1 skill wise. You're just missing mats.
Yeah, like I'm missing levels on everyone, like,
For alert 5.
because the current because the current event doesn't give any XP materials, so I'm kind of stuck with, like, I can't even level, for example, my caster, just because
Yeah, so
like,
you can
all XP mats I get are from the shop. Yeah, that's all.
So that is a big crux. However, the smart option would be to wait until it flips over to the new blue unit, because then you have the blue unit event and you can farm XP mats that way. But that will
Yeah, also, like, want to just... I don't have any mats for it, though, because, like, I wasted all my mana pins. As you can see, like, I'm close, kinda close to level 68, and before the event I was, like, 63 at max, I think, something like that. So the event generally gave me, like, 100 millions of tickets and like 4 or 5 levels. So yeah, I also wanted to wait for the next week. Like, here's what my setups were. I think, like, I fucked up on Pollux one because I didn't add caster. I
also,
forgot I
you
have
wasted
him
a
in.
lot of materials
So, like,
on Pollux, even if you do like him. Because remember, leveling units past a certain point takes more level up max. So Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
So
I
that
understand that, of
also
course.
is pretty bad. Better than get level 60.
Yeah, I just didn't have like all that many units I wanted to level, so kind of came to like leveling my DPSs. And for example, I didn't have G Hellet when I was leveling Pollux at E3. I had her at E0, and I wasn't even sure if I'll get her to E3. So eventually, I got her to E3, and now it's like more of a problem of these
Yeah,
things.
you'll buy them every day.
I
You'll
don't have
get them
enough
though.
of them.
As long as you're patient,
Yeah,
you'll
of
get them though.
course. I was just like, yeah, of course. I was just like trying to separate the units I wanted to level up, like to spread the levels. So like I leveled Murphy a bit, I leveled Thais a bit. I haven't spent anything on Kayakos, even though I
Marcus is pretty
think
good.
that like he should.
Level wise is good.
No, he should be like leveled further, I think.
He gives a lot of stats for your team.
Yeah. Yeah, so and then G Hellet was the last one. So I think like my main priorities here, like I wanted to level 80
It's very
Pollux just
expensive.
because like,
The
it
level
didn't
80 is very expensive.
take. Yeah, it's expensive, but yeah, it just doesn't take any like pyramids, anything like that. So I'll eventually do it, but like as soon as I got G Hellet, like mostly my resources were invested into her, like leveling her to 70. And I think I need to level G Murphy to 70, but not that much, because like my yeah. No, Tawil is at 70
like,
already, so
80,
like
80 and above, like you need to pick units level to 80 as well.
oh yeah, of course. I will most likely like not level Pollux to 90 because like I think it will be like a huge over investment.
Super expensive.
So yeah,
It'll
it's like
be
a wheel to
insanely
80.
expensive. As a veteran player, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot.
Oh, isn't like leveling Pollux to 90, doesn't it take same amount of mats as leveling to wheel to 80, or it's more?
I think it's been a while. I haven't leveled anything because I don't know off the top of my head, so I can't answer that.
Like, isn't your Morchit level 90? Or you left her at 80 also?
Monchet? No, it's like 2 levels in her, 4 levels in her. Right now, I'm having all my levels split over the place because I just level whoever I feel like, and I'm hoarding whenever I feel like. So.
Oh yeah. I can't do it as you do because like you have much more teams to invest in. Like you need 10 teams. I need like 4 at max.
Yeah, we're not going for a tournament.
Yeah, I need like to focus on my resources. Yeah. Also, like I haven't finished a lot of Soul Force things because of these. So like I have most of my units I use. Like for example, Miriam needs to be leveled further for like tentacle damage. Horley is, I think I will leave her at least like the main part is something like G Hellet. I'll most likely like all in on her Soul Forge next week. The shop will be available. So like I also think that I'm not sure which ones should I do first because first of all I haven't done any of these and it will be kind of a big upgrade because it's like
Miriam, did you unlock Miriam's? Miriam's the best one, and everything else.
No, it's everything. Everything is unlocked. Everything is unlocked. I just haven't done it.
Some of them are just they're all just story. By the way, in that section, it's all just story, so you can just quick skip.
Yeah, I know. I can just skip it all and then like redo if I want. I wanted to ask like, what do I need to take here first? Because I've taken something.
All of them are not used
a lot of thoughts.
A lot in terms of endgame. All of them are pretty niche. So you can just unlock whichever one you want to read the story of or do.
Okay,
so all of those doesn't matter. The only one that matters is
Miriam. I don't read. Yeah. I just. Yeah, sure. No, it's like they matter in terms of stats because like I will 1%. Get stronger, at least stronger 1%. Relics. My constitution, yeah. Conversion to HP will be higher, so it was the main thing. Yeah, and I think I just need to wait a week more, and like in a week maybe I'll be able to either like level 16 out, but I'm not sure if it will be enough.
No,
because like
rather put Murphy for this specific D-Tide. I would regular Murphy. Do you have regular Murphy?
Yeah, I understand that. You're talking about her, of course. Yeah,
for this week, regular Murphy is better.
Oh, I'm not even sure what your ring does.
You don't care what a ring does. It
knowledge
just
on
charges
that.
up per exalt faster.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. And I like run burial grounds on her, right?
Yeah, you run burial grounds on her.
Yeah. But like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't deal enough damage in this comp because like I got my DR procs. I
You
think
just
in the
stall.
first room. Maybe I won't.
Yeah, you just the thing is you
won't
gotta
get them.
stall and grab the good cards on to will. Also, you're using the wrong posse.
Yeah, of course.
You use Miriam's posse.
Oh, so which one?
The draw.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'll
You
put it
can just
okay.
skip the story and unlock it. But yeah, that's another issue.
And do I run like this wheel
The
on?
second key flare.
Do I just like
Key flare,
all in on
Yep, key flare,
key flare? Yeah, I don't have like.
If you,
I think because like
yeah.
my key flare wheels,
Yep.
one
Yeah,
of
it's
them is
taken
taken here
Yep.
because like. Is this like
it's
right?
Yeah, it's correct.
Right for Jim Murphy.
Some
and
people, some people would swap.
The other one on Tice.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, it's right. Or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could put the G Murphy wheel from Goliath and put it on Tulu or Miriam instead, because you don't really need his thing. So
I don't need Tulu on. Okay,
yeah, you
so
put
I
Tulu's
can
on
like.
Karen or someone else.
Where is it? Okay, and what do I use on Goliath? Then some like damage resistance one or dash resistance?
Either DR if
one.
you don't have the 100% or damage amp or money.
Oh, I think I don't have 100%.
Whatever you're not using.
No.
You have to figure out what your 4 teams are.
I don't have 100%. Like my burial grounds are not that invested yet. So
also for a D-Tide, it also
I'm like
depends on what score you want to aim for. Because sometimes you want to use the whale carry on later. Depends on how much you can clear. So how's your wave 4 and wave 5?
As I said, like
can you clear alert 4 with your teams?
Yeah, I think I can. A4, I think I can, but A5 may be a big difficulty. Like because I tried A5, and also I'm not sure here if Pigman is suited.
No,
maybe
A5, wave 4,
else.
and wave 5 are especially hard this time. So if you cannot clear it, rather than using a whale carry to clear alert 5 there, it's better to clear alert 4, wave 5, and to do an easy A5 whale carry clear on wave 1 through 3. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought maybe like with Jan can switch here with
you're not starting anything.
Wingle.
So you have to restart your thing again. Do you think 425 is possible?
Sure.
Is Orla Wheel of Destiny good? Yeah. 425 is possible free to play.
Yeah,
yep, 425 is possible free to play. You just need a lot of time in the game. At beat 912 now, G Murphy's you. Now for Arc 2, I need proper teams, so is there a specific video for it? I am gonna release a generic team comp video either later today or on Monday. I need 912, Dice, G Murphy, Zoo, and Miriam. So for Arc 2, for that specific team, you would remove Zoo, add in either Tulu, if you have Tulu, or Goliath. Tulu being the higher priority for that specific team, TJ Viking. Yep.
I can hear, I think.
Yeah, all of your...
Yeah, I may run just some like death resistance win.
If you have the plus 12 Winkle wheel, then you wouldn't use it on Winkle. You would use it on someone else, like Jita or something.
Oh, where is better?
What? Oh, actually, use it on the new Awaker that's coming out tomorrow.
Oh, like I wasn't even sure if I'm gonna pull her because, like, as you can see, like I'm. Oh, you couldn't. I'm not that high on pulls.
I think.
And I wasn't sure if I'll get her. Like,
I think we would pull
to E3 even.
One copy for speedruns.
Yeah, one at least, of
One-
course. Like
one for
I'll get
speedruns.
one, but if Kategura wasn't coming, I would thought of an option to go to like her E3 or her Overexalt, because like I'll have a bit of more silver, even like I think I'll have like 10k during her run, during her like banner. But since Kategura is coming, like I need to at least E3 Kategura, and like I'm not sure if I want E3. Maybe I'll go like further to Overexalt on her. It's not like that mandatory, I think. Like your E3
Yep,
should be
her
more
E3
than
is enough.
enough.
You don't need
but
her OE.
Overexalt,
Her OE is nice though. It's
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Because
It's
overflow,
like
she generates a lot of alien.
yeah, it's nice, but like overkill. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, just like. Oh, I also had like I wanted to go to Overexalt on Horla in like the beginning, but eventually like I dropped that idea. I'm sad I went to E3 even I should have left her at E1. It's not like that big of a deal. I'll eventually still like go to Overexalt on Horla, but not on this banner, I think, on her next rerun. Yeah, so okay, so like the general thing I need to do is put Winkle, and where do I put the new Awakener? In which team? Do I put her like with Tawil or what?
No, you wouldn't put her in Tawil because that nerfs Tawil because you don't want the Divine Realm gimmick.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. That's a big deal. So where do I put her?
I would just.
Where do I put her instead of Tulu?
No, because it's not. G Murphy is fine already. I wouldn't replace her. I mean, you would put her on a G Murphy team for story or when you're clearing stuff for the speed run gimmick. It works on G Murphy, but she's strong enough that she can probably make a new team. I'll probably, you have to wait for my video. I need to test her out first before I make a final decision here.
Yeah. It was also like the thing that I wanted to understand how well she works before pulling on her.
Because like it's all theory craft now. You need some real in-game experience on how easy it is.
Yeah. Yeah, like right now, it's like not easy to understand how strong she will be. As you said, like she will be strong at E0 just for fortress removal, but
on this team, by the way, instead of Tiny Wish.
Yeah, like my bosses weren't really selected here. Like, here it's okay. Here I'll change it to Miriam, and here, like in Pollock's team, instead of this, I run. Then what? Since I can't use a lone seed,
use whatever on the Pollock's team. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think. Like, and I need levels here because like Mike Castor, I think even his skills are unleveled right now, so I need to invest in him quite a bit.
Yeah. So I think you would just wait, like you would, as a player with limited resources who invested slightly poorly. I would recommend you wait until the last few days to do every D-tide besides like your easy clears, because you're so behind on level mats and mats in general.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Oh, like the last time I also waited, then I like did like 325 run and finished with it.
You probably.
I didn't go any further.
You could have done a lot more than 325. You can do a 3.
Yeah. I could have for sure.
You can do 350, 375 every time. I think with your account. 375 for sure.
I'm not sure about 375. 375 would be good. Yeah, because like I need to start at least leveling my units.
Well, 375 is either. Let's click on D-Tide. What have you done so far?
No, I haven't done anything so far, man. I just tried wave 3 to. Oh no, not wave 3. Wave 2 to wheel.
You would.
Yeah.
So
I tried A5 instantly.
So for A5 with your account, you want to go for the fast stages. So wave 1 through 3 is when you're gonna try to push A5 on your account, and wave 4 and 5 is either going to be double alert 3s or an alert 4 single clear with your stronger team left. So don't be afraid to do double.
Oh yeah. I sort of like of going Pollux here.
Oh, you can
even my Pollux without
Borlin. You can cheese this without Pollux. You can cheese this boss. So if you You can save your poly because this is whaled out. This is an easy boss. Do you have a Santa relic? Let's go in. Just go in. And make a team. Let me see your fucking not relics, but wheels. There's a cheese new players can do.
Oh, you.
Just go to your wheels. Scroll down. It's the Santa. Scroll down. Santa salve. Do you have that from that event, or are you too new for it? You are too new to have that wheel. Unfortunate.
I'm too new. Yeah. I like have a month of gameplay. I started when Miriam and Daffodil Banner was ending.
Unfortunately, you cannot do the cheese with that wheel. So
like there is a wheel, and it's even not an.
So that you can.
SSR1, it's an SSR1.
It's an SSR Santa. So you could have rolled until you get Cassia relic, and your Cassia will do permanent strength down faster than the boss scales, so you can scale infinitely on wave 1 alert 5. However, you don't have that, so you can't do that.
Oh.
So unfortunate.
Yeah.
So for.
So I thought like it's Pollux, the wheel. Then for wave 3, I'm not sure. Like you said in your videos that wave 3 is like one of the easiest ones
it's
here.
It's one of the easiest one.
So I can run something.
Yeah, it's one of the easier ones.
Yeah, so I can run like something like
Zoo.
G Murphy even here or G Hit. Yeah, I do. I have E3 Zoo, but like her wheel is at E0. I don't have copies of her wheel.
Zoo, Okay, let me look at your Awakers, because you don't have the levels to push alert 5 there, but you can do alert 4. So you can make a Zoo poison team. So if you have Nymph or Pharaohs, pick whatever one you have the higher level of and more dupes.
Oh, like I started leveling Nymph.
It's going to be an alert 3 until you get that to one of them to level 60.
No, I think I will be able to get my Nymph to level 6 to level 60.
That is
level
very,
60 shouldn't be like that big of a problem.
Low stats.
Yeah, of course. Like I also leveled some units, as you can see, just to get like more experience from where are they? From these things.
Yeah.
So I like was XP maxing.
True.
And I needed some units to level, so like I leveled some useless things. Like I don't think I will use 24 in the nearest future. Cassia as well. Like Cassia may be used.
Only if you're creating a Discord account. You don't have enough dupes on Corporal.
Even remotely. Of course. But no, eventually I'll use her because like, I'm desperate to use Arita here. Like, I need.
Arita's pretty good right now.
1 more month, I think. Yeah, I need like 1 more month. It's like not even good. Yeah, the thing is like her comp is very interesting, I think, compared to many other ones.
Very fun. But she needs more discard units to really take effect. There's too few discard units right now.
Yeah, maybe. But I was hoping that like the Vortis will become part of her team.
The thing is, unless Reload comes back when you discard, which by all indication it doesn't, it's kind of anti-synergetic.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Like 5 Lemnos on everyone is not that big of a deal, especially in this.
Well, it's not even that. It's not about like the whole discard concept. Like Arita wants to discard a lot, and she only has 1 Aftershock card, and you want to keep the retained reload card.
Yeah.
So, it's not good.
Yeah, I do understand. And also, like, there is like, how to say it? They're boss fighting for Corpo most likely because Vortis should have like pretty decent synergy with Overexalt Corpo.
Well, you would think, but I don't think she does because Corpo discard again, as I said about the whole reload effect. You don't really want that. So it's probably gonna be dice, but I'll test out a few comps. I'll test out a few comps. But yeah.
Yeah, you actually, I think in your video, like I watched it as you dropped it because I was extremely like interested in your opinion on the new unit because I wanted to understand like how should I manage my pools. I thought of maybe going to Overexalt on GL or something like that, but eventually I understood like we can't. Yeah, she doesn't need it, but like, it's nice to have. Same as Kaz. So I wanted to know, and like how strong Vortis is. And eventually, I think you haven't mentioned the tentacle eating mechanic in your
Yeah,
video
the
that much.
tentacle eating, but you
But
kind of ignored tentacle eating because you exo on her rarely, and you're gonna be in blue stance most times. So you're gonna be generating tentacles anyway. So she's like a tentacle
I thought,
entity.
yeah. Oh, so you think she's like similar to Jim Murphy, like as 1 in 3 turns burst character?
No, she
Who can,
is.
like
She
burst
is.
only once
She
in
has
3
divine
turns.
A core. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, of
It's
course.
probably
She has
gonna be
like
legendary turns.
a
It depends
lot
on how
of
easy it is to
other.
recharge her. That's what really matters.
Yeah, and there are like other ways of like the devs showing she should be like 1 in 3 turns only burst char, because when I first seen it, I thought like, oh, she can like burst every turn if we really like try to max out the Aliemos we can
Yeah,
Fisher,
but
but then her
if
wheels
you're gonna burst every
come to the
turn, you're gonna be
game, which
bursting
like,
in blue stance, not red stance, because you can't.
yeah, I understand.
So typically, turn 1 is when you scale in most comps, unless your team is strong enough to kill turn 1. So in a typical fight, let's say, well, her wheel wants her to burst and kill turn 1. That's the whole wheel concept. If you pair it with Tulu wheel, if you have Eater plus 12, but well, again, I'm gonna not spoil it. I'm gonna test it all out and see what it works. I already have ideas.
Yeah, and her wheel also has an idea that like you need to red stands because like it gives like not need, but it's
it gives the tentacle a bigger tentacle damage numbers and everything.
Yeah,
she's like
she
a
will also like something like I think like Miriam win.
G Murphy, because where G Murphy wants a lot of tentacles, especially with Tulu Abyss Order, the new unit doesn't care about the number of tentacles. Well, she does up to 3, but she removes tentacles. So
yeah.
She's like that's why I refer as a single
like
damage tentacle. So in that case, Arita is technically strong into her. However, the whole discard, again, it requires a lot of theory crafting or to work. But it's probably the best comp is probably going to be a Thighs for her. I can't see a reason why Thighs or Hamel wouldn't be used. That's why they're both S tier or former S tier units. Like Thighs would provide her the battery she needs with the super babies, duping her cards, feeding her Alienist, doing her everything she wants, just like every fucking character that releases. Thighs needs to be she's probably too strong. She's an indication of time. It's kind of annoying how like every fucking new unit that comes out, yeah, technically the best comp to use of her is Thighs. So it is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like what's my biggest concern.
And every fucking other content creator doesn't put this into effect. Like, oh, this unit's broken, and they fucking use Thighs. Yeah, every unit is broken with Thighs. That you shouldn't rate them well just because. Oh, Thighs, gel it, salve. It's great. Yeah, it's already done. Why would you like the whole Manchette with Thighs?
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
I was just like concerned about your power level to like compared to someone like G Hellet, because she will most likely steal her support. So if you build a Vortis comp, you don't build a G Hellet team, and I'm not sure if she will outperform G Hellet. I think like G Hellet will like remain on the top of the throne.
G Hellet offers more utility in terms of her heal and her shield break, which counters a lot of bosses. Whereas, but you can also say the same thing about Vortis with her Fortress remover countering bosses. However, Vortis is more niche than Gellet, as Gellet helps you with D-Tide more often, because she counters at least 2 D-Tide rotation bosses, Gellet, at least 2. Every time they make one, it's probably going to be Gellet countering them. Whereas Vortis is Fortress removal. Only counters really 1 D-Tide boss and a couple of elites, because very few D-Tide bosses have Fortress removal. The most common bosses that has Fortress are actually story bosses, like the end of chapter bosses, and they never add the end of chapter bosses as D-Tide bosses. So that is my opinion.
And I actually thought about it for a bit, because I'm not sure that like Fortress removal she has will affect that much the story bosses, because when she's against someone like Aisha, who like already has ton of fortress at the beginning, it will make a very, very huge difference. But
no,
when
in
she's
arc,
like against someone like Jidol,
in arc 2, all of them have fortress. It's just a new invuln, so she's always, every time a new arc 2 chapter. However, arc 2 story is it's a big portion of the game for most players, besides, me and stuff, which I clear in like in a day or two. And I never touch it again besides making content. Because hard mode is whatever, as if on a Blue Will comp. But on those bosses, she will provide good meme pictures of speed clears. If you are a speedrunner for whatever reason, then you're going to want to pull Vortice. Because every Arc 2 boss has reinforced so far. 4 out of 4.
Oh, sure. Maybe I haven't had a lot of interactions with Arc 2 bosses, because I mostly interact them through train or something like that, and of course I've done the clan boss multiple times, and it doesn't seem like it doesn't have a lot of fortress. I think does it even have it?
It does if you do too much damage. That's the thing. New players won't understand this because their teams are too underinvested. They don't do a lot of damage, but
no, actually, no, I do a lot of damage. I have a fully wailed out caster and I have a ton of relics. So yeah, I did I think 15 million turns, something like that, especially against clan boss.
Yeah, but that is very small. You can do 60 plus million damage on the train mode with certain comps, but the fortress. Trust me, Vortice for a lot of bosses is going to be quite nice. However, I'm not going to rate her based on that. I'm going to rate her mostly on the D-Tide and how cheap she is on the general. On the whale tier list, plus 12, I'm going to rate her as if you're running her best comp and whatnot. But for general, I'm going to assume she's fucking homeless. You rip out her fucking arms. And that's how I do my general tier list. How easy it is she can go into a multitude of comps.
Yeah. I was just thinking that you saying that she will be nice is the biggest thing we can say. I don't think she will be any game breaking.
I don't know if she will be
bosses
extremely game breaking yet.
No, a lot of
because
bosses.
Another factor I have to consider is her attack stat is insanely high. She has the second highest attack stat value in the game behind 24. And 24, her attack stat is used in any Arc 1 speed clear run, any Arc 1, especially so much so they have to fucking put that nerf for a P-Dive, because it's basically one comp, which is 24. Which is 24 counter is the strongest comp in the game, Arc 1, hands down, not even close. So, as a notion...
Can you explain why 24 attack scales, it matters that much?
So, cards in this game scales off of the Awaker's attack.
Yeah, of course, I do understand that.
And then it is multiplied. So when you have damage increases, so each damage basket, the harder it is to increase that damage basket, the more value you put into it. Speaking from an ARPG Diablo Path of Exile term, any people in chat?
Oh, so you have a very high attack stat, and wait, so you just have a lot of damage amplification, so your scales become much higher.
It's just that. It's just
okay with the first number being high. Okay, so I do understand. So even though
N plus counter.
Am I right that if a character has, for example, a 40% attack scale, and then I get
and
a 60%
it depends on the Awaker and
I
how they
100%.
deal damage. For example, let's use G Murphy example. She does a shit ton of damage, but flares. Her attack stat is so low. Why does she have so much damage? Well, because her cards have tentacle damage scaling, which is her actual thing. So that's why Arita has 104 attack stat. She fucking hits like a fucking useless stepchild, Her cards deal no damage. However, her damage is from proccing tentacles. So you gotta take that into effect of every fucking unit. That's what other people don't fucking do. It fucking annoys me to no fucking end.
So
You
it's
don't
like
know how to fucking play the game.
because of a ton of damage amplification relics and her high base attack stat, she becomes like that strong in Arc 1. Yeah, okay,
Yeah, it's
then I
every
understand.
Awaker technically
Fine,
scales
fine.
a little differently. So you have to rate
Yeah,
a
yeah,
unit
sure.
based on everything. But based on Vortice, for example, her attack stat is out of this world. Whether that matters or not enough, because her tentacle scaling on her Exalt is also very high, 750. That is equivalent of a Tulu, a good Tulu over Exalt, which is insane damage. So we'll see. We'll see. Sup, skill issue.
I was just like kind of worried that don't a lot of bosses like stack Fortress back fast?
Yeah, a lot in the story mode, not in the D-Tide, which is my counterpoint.
Of course.
The devil's advocate for Vortice's strength is
Yeah. That was my take. I wanted like to mention
not
it
enough
as well.
fortresses in
I
D-Tide.
said like
depends on the wave, but yeah, that is the counterpoint per se.
Yeah, like I'll most likely like just like get one copy and then wait for Kath release and then like watch how many pulls
I'll
get.
pull her E0, spend an hour on her E0, then I'll borrow a whale, then I'll level her up E1, E2, E3, then I'll use that and I'll compare the strength levels like usual, and then I'll make my final decision on her tier. But the lowest she can be is B because of her fortress removal, because it is still good utility. Because it is the only unit in the game that does that specific mechanic removal. So you have to rate it higher than average. Like, you have to be fucking retarded to not rate it higher than average. It's literally the only fucking unit that does that. So you have to rate her at least B. But whether she's S on the general tier list, unless I'm going to see how much damage she actually does as at low investments. If she does, as I hope, a shit ton, then S. Easily. Because again, she has Divine Acor. So she has to deal enough damage in order to compensate for the nerf in the flexibility of using your stances.
Yeah, and she also has like she's like kind of a better user. She's like more suited, I think, for like Divine Acor than G Murphy because she at least cares about Real Mastery, which like has a bigger effect on.
However, counterpoint, because I always
Acor.
do counterpoints, unlike the people who fucking glaze their units. Counterpoint: a lot of players are not gonna have realm mastery covenants. I have a realm mastery covenant because I have a lot of resources to invest in building covenants and stuff as an older player. However, a new player, you're gonna.
I'm not even sure what she will use. Like in Thais comp, I think she will like run medicine. In like Corpa comp, she will run what? April's? I'm not sure April is good on her because she like doesn't care about crit rate at all. She stacks 200 herself. She doesn't need the Aprils at all. So what even will be her best possible covenant? I don't know.
I have
no
a
idea,
few
to be
theories,
honest.
but I'm not gonna spoil it for the video. I have a few thoughts on it.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's gonna be a fun unit because Exalt base Awakers are one of the few niches that people really enjoy. Because the last one was Doricine, and he sort of fell flat, but people still enjoy his big Exalt damage numbers. If she can do what Doricine does but better, then I can see her having a place.
Yeah, I hate Doricine. Like, I had to run on Doricine in train with a whale Doricine. Man, it was terrible. Like, I was blessed with everything possible because I got
that's what most people feel about Doricine. That's how most people feel about Doricine.
Yeah. But no. Actually, the run was pretty decent because I got Thais boss and I got the Clams boss.
That is fucking broken.
Lot of his like zero costs. Yeah.
It was still fucking cancer.
When I scaled like,
I bet it was still fucking cancer, right?
Yeah. But like, it wasn't as bad as it could. But I felt like if I wouldn't be so blessed, I also got it wasn't the only thing.
One thing I'm already thinking I'm gonna spoil a little bit, but the funny thing I thought when I was reviewing Vortiz's kit and analyzing Dorothy's comp, I think depending on how good her numbers are and her ease of play, I think she's actually stronger in Dorothy's comp than Dorothy. Like, if you use fucking Pikmin with Vortiz, based on the numbers I've theory crafted so far, she is more consistent than Dorothy. based on everything I've again, I need to test it out myself to find how it actually feels in gameplay. But on paper, right now, she's literally a better Dorothy. Like I did the number based on the scaling of the tentacle damage and exalt damage. And like I think it came out to like the boss would have to be at 18% HP and Dorothy would need like 1300 strength to out damage a Vortiz with Pikmin. That's a little spoiler. I'm gonna test it to see because there are other mitigating factors like in the run. But as of now, on paper, okay? On paper, those who watch my streams, she's stronger than Dorothy. Maybe I just pull her to replace Dorothy. But yeah. Because Pikmin can grab her 2 and 3 cost extra. It depends on how it operates with her 2 costs. It's so much better generation. She has that Key Flare secondary stat. Whereas Dorothy doesn't. So you can generate Key Flare for more Pikmin shit in a Pikmin her comp. So you can generate more Chromophages and more relics and more babies. So you can fill her. So you can exalt her more often. You can exalt Pikmin. And the Caro Realm relics and everything synergizes better than actually Dorothy. So yeah.
Yeah, like Dorothy was as I said, like I also as I got ties, I got like the heart, how it is called, like the heart thing on Dorothy's 3 cost. So his 3 cost was doubled every turn, and then also somehow I got it doubled with the heart on it. So I got like 3 cost of Dorothy with the heart on it, and it gave me 2 more copies every turn, so I could stack like 6,000 attack, I think, on boss.
I was
Chambers,
planning to go to at least the required enlightened.
In general,
I'm
Dorothy is
required enlightened for Vortiz as a free to player, but also have an E3 G Murphy. Should I go for an even E0 Dorothy? No. Yeah, I would not recommend anyone go for Dorothy. Dude. Nope. Right now, nope. I would not touch him until they buff him. I wouldn't touch him. I am too deep in the Dorothy hole. I'm warning you guys, okay? I'm too deep into Dorothy. I can't pull out, okay? You guys are not in yet. He hasn't entrapped you. Stay away. The only reason I got him all the way plus 12 because he was so fucking worthless at OE, it was a waste. I was like, okay, maybe if I wail out on him, he would be less painful. No. He's still painful. Okay? I was in too deep. I don't leave any soldiers behind. He was at OE. He was a soldier, okay? I don't leave any man behind. No man left behind. It was a war. Okay, it was a war. I was like, okay, Dorothy, you gotta get back into the fight. These are the beaches of fucking Normandy, okay?
Like, you can always wait for the pyramid, and like remove his plus 12.
No, it doesn't work on unlimited units. So yeah.
Oh, it doesn't work on limited units. Yes,
yeah,
so no way out. I thought it does.
Me like a fucking. I'm about to say controversial stuff. I stopped myself. Yeah, he fucking trapped me. Can't pull out. Awful. So. Any of you guys in chat, since I have a few viewers now, not a lot, it's typical for these streams, unannounced. Any of you guys have experience in the restaurant industry, or you're an accountant, or whatever? Oh, WV Mountaineer. You're an adult. I'm super young. I'm not an old accountant, even though I've worked in the industry for a decade or two, maybe a couple decades. But Any of you guys have any experience in the restaurant or small business sectors? Or deal with people in small business? I have a lot of experience in the small business sector. So I just want someone to bounce off of for this upcoming video that I'm going to do on stream right now. You guys feel free to comment and chat your experience as I'm recording this. PhD in macroeconomics. If you want, WV Mountaineer. I'm a CPA. It does, dude. You're qualified. If you want, you can come join the Discord, join the stream, and you can be the partner, or you can just type in chat if you don't want to do your voice as I go over this article or whatever. So took the test over 30 years ago though. Yeah. The old test was a lot harder because the old test you had to do it in one go. Whereas nowadays you can have like 4 fucking sessions. But again, I can't really speak for the slightly younger children becoming CPAs. But restaurant industry and whatnot, it is rough. I deal with a lot of small businesses and such, and my family runs a few small businesses and nail salons and stuff. But anyway, the point of the stream right now, and I'm gonna stream on the fucking whatever as well. Share screen here. Never served it. I can't speak to that. But yeah, so I'm gonna close out this game, and then I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna close out this shit. In 2 years. Yeah, 130 hours in 2 years. Yeah. More viewers. Perfect. Plus passing the CPA exam. And the CPA exam is pretty expensive if you're a student. Like, it's not expensive for me, but most firms now pay for Becker. You have to pay for, like, the learning materials, too. Like, Becker, Tax Ninja, or Ninja Tax. I don't know the program. I'm young. I'm just slightly older, okay? I'm very young, okay? Believe me, I'm the youngest person.
It's actually insane how much you need to pay for in USA to study. Because like in my country, if you're like not completely dumb,
it's 200 hours now. No.
The country usually pays
it's
for
one.
you.
It's 150 hours though. They're gonna lower it to 120 hours. I heard, but it's 150 as far as I remember right now. So anyway, I'm gonna start recording now, and I have chat up on stream. So, and you guys just type your reactions as I'm going through this story. And then after I finish story, I'm going to go over everything he did wrong. So, I'm going to start it now. So, I now started recording. This is a live stream. However, I'm going to cover this because this article has been on my fucking brain for days. So, this was a slightly older article. However, it was shared around the workplace. A restaurant ruined my life. This, as an accountant, it was on my thought for so fucking long. This article is so good. It's so well written. I'm going to post it in chat as well. And it is so cancer. I wanted to kill myself so many times reading this article. Because of the cringe. Because I encounter people like this so much on my early days. I don't do it now because I worked in the crypto and the innovation sector. So I don't really interact with entrepreneurs and all that nowadays. However, this guy is the dumbest person who writes so well. And he's so fucking brave, okay? I always shit on him throughout this video. But before I do, I'm going to praise him. This is the bravest person I have ever witnessed writing an article. This guy, I would trust him if I was a soldier storming the beaches of Normandy to have my back, okay? Because you couldn't torture me to admit to the things he wrote in this article. You couldn't torture this information out of me. That's how bad this article is. So here we go. So 7 years ago, I was an analyst for Telefilm Canada, earning a paycheck. Okay? He has a wife, $2, but his truest passion is making dinner. The sights and smell of his kitchens were balm to my soul. And then he went over like, I stumbled across cooking whatever made of hominy. If I didn't stumble across footage of this famous chef preparing a pig, blah, blah, blah. And you see these people all the fucking time. And he was dreaming, okay? A new hamster restaurant. The Yew Tree Inn. Dropping exquisite plates of pounds of food. He was just like dreaming of opening a restaurant. And everyone gets these fucking dreams. I understand. Like, he has a dream. But he has a stable office job, okay? Making 6 figures. So, he was handsome. He was like, reminiscing. If I had this, blah, blah. He wanted his own yew tree. And then he became a foodie. Though, most of you guys don't know this, okay? I'm also a foodie. I understand him. I went to hundreds of restaurants. I've reviewed over 400 restaurants on Google Reviews. I'm in like the top X% of Google Review restaurant people. And my original channel, this is Flares' side channel user, my original channel, which you are never going to find, where it has my personal info and everything. I review restaurants, okay? I wasn't always a gacha video game person. I review restaurants. It's not really popular. I like doing that. I'm a foodie as well. I understand where he's going from. So, I concentrate on spreadsheets. I concentrate on searches too. And I find myself scribbling menus on graph paper. Yeah, so I am a foodie, but I never thought to open a restaurant because I know people who open restaurants. I work as an accountant. Of course I know people. I have friends who work in the restaurant industry. I would rather go to war with Iran right now than run a restaurant, okay? My family runs nail salons, okay? I'm happy being a little employee in an office cube, okay? I know the struggles of running a small business. Send me to Iran right now, okay? Send me to Iran right now. I would not fucking run a small business. Deploy me on the front lines. I'm in a restaurant right now. Yeah, a quant. So this guy has that dream, okay? I also have dreams. Do you think I want to be an accountant? Mr. Office Worker? I did not want to be an accountant growing up. It's a stable job because census. You know what I wanted to be firsthand? I'm going to reveal you my deep, dark sister. Okay, my deep, dark secret. When I was growing up as a kid, I wanted to be a Power Ranger. Okay? It didn't work out. I'm sorry. Zordon didn't accept me, okay? Yellow Ranger was taken by a girl. Again, shout out to the Vietnamese girl, I don't remember her name off the top of my head, who represented all of us Vietnamese Americans growing up in the original Power Rangers, okay? I wanted to be a Power Ranger, okay? And then, after Power Ranger, you know what else I wanted to be? Making computers, building computers, because that's another hobby I have. I custom water-cooled computers. Those guys who watch my older content saw pictures of my PC. I build, like, as a hobby, very expensive rigs, okay? Custom water-cooled rigs. The reason why I did not open a business and pursue that dream, I don't want to live in a cardboard box. That made no money, okay? Give up on your dreams. Give up on your dreams. This is the moral of the video. This guy did not give up on his dreams, and he ruined his life. 80% of first-time restaurants failed. I noticed. Opening a restaurant was the least sensible, dumbest thing I could do. We agree. You have a good job already. And it gets dumber, okay? It gets worse. It gets worse. My wife, Dorothy, a daycare worker, was coasting towards the end of a maternity leave. We had 2 kids to feed. I was in no position to take a risk. Actuaries in chat. I know that some of you motherfuckers are actuaries. You guys are screaming at him right now. You guys are saying, motherfucker, what is it you were gonna do? Please stop, players. Please stop. It gets worse. We could enjoy a better lifestyle and buy a nicer house. But if I succeeded, I could make more money than any office job ever paid me. No, you can't. No, you can't. Just stop. Turn back. I pitched this concept to Dorothy. I would be at the front of the house, designing the menu, signing checks, glad handling customers. I told her about a guy I met at, this is a university, I assume. No, Tom, I think this is a convention. Who launched a successful restaurant and still made it in time to tuck his kid in every night. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, this is the biggest lie you would ever fucking see. Successful restaurant, made it home in time, tucking his kids every night. Yeah, this is a myth, by the way. Most small businesses. I come from a family of people who own nail salons, okay? Or Vietnamese restaurants, as a Vietnamese American, okay? I know people growing up who own small businesses, plumbers. You're gonna come home late if you work in a restaurant, even a nail salon. A lot of nail salons would close at 9, 10 p.m. because they're hustling. Okay? So this is a lie. She would work alongside me, hosting lunch service while our girls were at school. I will look after the dinner service. We would run errands in the mornings, maybe sneak away for breakfast at a competition and write it off as research. Eventually, she embraced my dream too. Now I just need to find the money. So he gaslit his wife, okay? This is what gaslighting looks like, okay? He fucking manipulated his poor wife. His poor wife, which I feel sorry for the entire time I was reading this originally. 6 months later, an opportunity arose. My position at Telefilm was eliminated. I was offered a lateral step. You should have took it. But if I walked away, I was able to cash out 60 grand out of his 130 grand pension. I told you it gets worse. And you already know what's gonna happen. I could already see the Victorian wallpaper, the beer taps, a cedar in hand. Yeah. At the last day approach, I brought up my idea over a friend named Jameson who owns a bar. He turned serious. Are you sure you want to do this? He asked. I don't think you know what you're getting yourself into. I smiled. You pulled it off. Why can't I? This is arrogance in its prime, okay? You guys meme on how arrogant I am on Mormons or about my content, even though it's a persona. But even the Flares persona cannot be this arrogant. You meet up with a friend who owns a bar and be like, if you do it, I can also run a small business. I'm a foodie, okay? How hard it could be to launch a successful restaurant. It is, you already know. He knew earlier. He said, like, I know 80% of first-time restaurants failed. But me, I'm special with 60 grand, okay? I can make a good restaurant or a small business. I don't know if you guys notice. I should assume every one of you guys noticed. Even in 2013, when this happened, 60 grand is not a lot of money. You think it's a lot of money, but to open a small business as a restaurant, unless it's a food truck or a hot dog cart, it's not a lot of money because you need like pay your employees, you need the runtime. You need to, some people nowadays, what I advise, well, I don't advise, someone else in my firm advises. Most people recommend if you're opening a restaurant, at least in the Florida area, you need like a year worth of payment in order to, fund or whatnot. So just in case things go wrong, because a lot of things can go wrong. You can't account for everything. So yeah, 60 grand is nothing. It doesn't even get your foot in the fucking door. Okay? Yeah, 60K to start a restaurant is a joke. It's nothing. To qualify for a liquor license, you need 3 months of experience in the industry. So I arranged to work in his friend's restaurant that summer. His shifts consisted of leisurely chopping vegetables and preparing salad dressings. Probably not having home cooked, screw around kitchen tolerated. Largely symbolic anyway. After a few shifts stretching to a 3-month period, I checked off that box. So, first off, those of you guys who worked in the restaurant industries. Now, I was fortunate enough to just work in the mall when I was growing up. I've never worked in food service. I know friends who have worked as waiters and who have worked in restaurants growing up. And I have family members who worked in that field as well. However, from what I know, and I think most of you guys can back me up on this, but I'm just going to say that before I say anything, so if I get anything wrong. From what I understand, is that based on reading this guy is a fucking asshole. Because this leisurely hours chopping vegetables and preparing salad dressings, he wasn't even trying, okay? Because in a real restaurant, you have more duties. Like, he was just phoning it in. Because in my opinion, as an accountant who doesn't cook a lot, if you want to open a restaurant, for these 3 months, you should put a more proactive involvement, if you understand. This is what jumped out at me at this article. Because this is basically like a side quest in a restaurant. Because in a restaurant, you have like chefs and cooks. And this is what you would do. You would assign people when there's downtime to prepare like your ranch salads or chopping vegetables. It's not really a real position based on what I know. I could be wrong. But if you agree, just chime in on the comments if you actually work in a restaurant. Because this jumped out at me as being a dumbass maneuver. So, next step was to find a space. I scoured listings, and I realized my 60 grand could barely cover the cost of a chip truck. I had contacted the banks to apply for a business loan, but I didn't qualify. I looked into a few angel investor groups, but it turned out they didn't do restaurants. I even considered Dragon's Den. As it turns out, no one invests in first-time restaurateurs, no matter how mind-blowing their cooking is. Okay, this is all dumb and obvious, but I'm going to tell you one of the first mistakes as an accountant. Seeing people fail small businesses. So you see this sentence right here. I realized that my 60 grand can barely cover the cost of a chip truck. So, recap. He cashed out 60 grand of his pension. He already chose this huge life step because he could have kept working. The fact he did not do the research before he just took a giant step in his life is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. But even that is a lie. Because I've seen people do this all the fucking time, okay? You know people who make dumb financial decisions. But this is just glaring. You should have known this before you made this huge life decision. This gigantic life decision for your fucking 2 kids and your poor wife. Your poor fucking wife. Like, now, after you quit your job, after you spent 3 months working at a fake job, the 3 months you spent working a fake job, you never thought to do this? And then he turned to his friend for advice. He told me to look to buy a commercial building. He said if I help him find a suitable place, preferably with a liquor license, an exhaust hood-equipped kitchen, he would buy and lease to me at a friendly rate. He found a place, a 2-story building on Kingston Road, west of Victoria Park. Far from a downtown foodie scene, blah, blah, blah. If diners made pilgrimage to this guy's restaurant, they could take 25 minutes to enjoy the city's finest rice cooked chips. And he had an ulterior motive. The place was a 10-minute walk from his house and close to his girl's school, keeping his wife on board. Now, I don't live in Canada. I don't live in Toronto. I have never been to Canada. I have never been to Toronto. But from Google searches, when I was researching for this video, just because I was curious, based on that, this is like a dead area. Like a super, super dead area with no traffic. So it was an uphill battle from the get-go. And I looked up this guy. This guy is a famous chef, and he had dozens of failed restaurants attempts and successful restaurants. So if he was making this argument, he would know that this famous chef also failed opening up bar restaurants numerous times before he succeeded. He didn't do his research at all. He did not make a business plan. So, again, if you're actually from Canada, chip in on this address. I only did a brief Google search. So, first floor of the building, 30-seat bar. This is just him describing the fucking state it was in. It was very dirty, very offensive, blah, blah. It's basically very dirty, and these are the pictures. Very run down. But yeah, I'm going to skip over it. It has potential. 3 weeks later, he bought the building and sold the business for me for $50,000, which seems like a fortune, but starting from scratch, it would have cost me much more. I put $5,000 down and arranged a 5-year financing deal. It sounds bad, but in my experience, it's fine. If you're gonna start a small business, the problem I have is he started with $60,000. If he had a lot more than $60,000 seed capital, I wouldn't care as much, but this 5-year financing deal, when you use like every fucking cent, is gonna get him to a lot of problems. Also, this is a good deal because to open I'm just gonna use a nail salon experience, for example, because I'm Vietnamese American. Regal Nails, New York Nails, all the big nail salon franchises, it's like 60, 90 grand, even to like the 6 figs for the franchise license. So based on that, this seems fine. It's actually, I think it's a pretty good deal overall. $5,000 down, again, it's fine. Opening door, confidence and rain, blah, blah, blah. And he put the sign up, he's happy. And then he hired commercial cleaners. And this jumped out at me right now. This is not that bad. So they cleaned up everything, like this dog shit shithole, for $470. This is such a good deal. I would have charged a lot more, to be honest. That is very, because I have maids, and I pay my maids a lot more than this. So I think this is very good. Scrape an inch of bat shit off the hood. I asked him in a comment, and this is a funny part of this article. This guy was like, World War II PTSD. I said, dude, I have seen some shit. I have seen some fucking shit, dude. It just look, I have seen some shit. It is true. Those of you guys who work as cleaners, most of you guys seen some shit. It's not that bad. It follow some rats. Yeah, rats, hire pest control company. Again, this is also a red flag because he convinced his friend to buy the place, and he's just now discovering all of these issues, like the cleaning issues, buying new equipment, and rats. He should have done his research before he told his friend to buy the place. This is just lack of foresight and planning. Like, why? In order to serve booze, liquor service certification, blah, 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 pillaging. Yeah, you are responsible for what your drunk guest does. This is common in most states and in Canada too, apparently. So if you're a bar owner, if your patron does some damage, you're legally responsible because you provide them with drinks. It's just a boring thing. You should incorporate your business. Yep, the lawyer. So I doled out $3,000 to hire a lawyer to oversee my own corporation. He later told me I could have done it myself for a couple $100. So this is going to be controversial going over this because a lot of people would react saying, "Oh, this guy's a dumbass. He hired 300 for $3,000 instead of doing it for a couple $100." I'm just gonna do a shout out. I'm not sponsored by it, obviously, but LegalZoom is a very good website for a lot of cheap legal contracts and stuff. However, I'm gonna go back to the article. He actually did a smart decision hiring his lawyer, even if it's $3,000, and he could have done it himself for a couple $100. You might think, players, that is dumb. He can do it. However, in my experience, and maybe I do have ulterior motives, I work as an accountant. So people hire accountants to do mundane stuff they arguably could have done on their own, like W-2 income taxes. Same with lawyers for wills and everything, and accountants for your taxes. It is true. You can Google. You can learn how to do it on your own in a day, maybe even less. However, the reality of the situation is most people in the West, in America, in Canada, as of now, are functionally illiterate. That is the fact of it. And so you might think you are smart enough. However, there are a lot of risks if you do it yourself. Not a lot of fallback. Let's say you're paying this $3,000 to a corporate and you have a partner. You and your partner are drafting out a contract. So if you have a lawyer with there, most of the time, if it's a good lawyer, they can make sure all you guys are on the same page as a unbiased third party. Because you and your friend are going to hash out a business plan, a contract. When you guys are happy with each other, not thinking straight. You're going to concede. Maybe you're going to do some dumbass shit. Like I've seen okay, all the money will go into my friend's bank account. I'm going to go a bit flares here, okay? So what if over the course of the business, okay, a rival restaurant turned your best friend into a cocaine addict? Now, all that money going into his account is going to cocaine instead of fueling the fucking restaurant industry. I shouldn't have used cocaine as an example in that scenario because it might make him a better cook. Because I know enough about restaurants that I know that all of you guys are on cocaine. Drug use is so common in restaurants. I shouldn't have said that. I take it back. Because I realized if he was to spend that money on cocaine, the restaurant would do better. He would cook better. That's actually a good thing. Okay, scrap that. Cocaine under business expense. Okay, what if?
And you should say it's not financial advice because some people might cut it out and put it somewhere.
Yeah, this is not financial advice. but maybe if it.
Imagine expense. Someone follows it and succeeds.
Oh, someone's gonna watch this video. They're gonna run a restaurant and be like, "Okay, I've jotted this down. Cocaine, business expense."
Yeah,
they're gonna be like, "Cocaine, business expense."
Out of your videos.
So yeah, I used $200 of cocaine today. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. A 12-person party came by. They don't have cocaine to cook you this food, sir. I only have enough cocaine to cook for 8 people, not 12.
Yeah. Someone get to take from your video that this guy's biggest mistake was not sniffing cocaine all day long. It's was the biggest miss of his 60K. Because with that, he may have succeeded, from your words at least.
Cocaine, he would have succeeded. Yeah. Expenses. Yeah. So, yeah, bad things could happen. So, lawyers help protect that. Again, very rare scenarios happens, but it's good to hire this. So, this is actually a good decision. If you're planning to run a business a long time and think it's going to be successful, rather get that peace of mind, rather than have something come up years, even decades later. and have it bite you in the ass. You know? So expenses pile up. I'm always, unlike in-game, IRL, well, never mind. I'm into crypto and stuff. People say I'm expensive. But in other stuff, I'm very conservative in terms of my risk-taking in some cases. So expenses piled up. Fire suppression system needed replacing. The beer system had no glycol machine. So, yeah, all of these repairs total up to 20 grand. So, another problem. He should have known this before he bought the building. Before he had his friend buy the building, before he opened up the restaurant, before he even made the decision to not take the lateral job offer. He should have known all of these costs. See that 60 grand? It is gone. He's in the negative right now. All that money is already gone. We have started with 60 grand. After 6 weeks, he's down to 3 grand. Yeah. 60 grand was not enough. Not enough startup capital at all. Wasn't even close. Yeah, replacing the keg line, 2000. I don't know the cost of actual restaurants. I don't know if this is a good price or not for the keg wines. So I need a chef. So this is him interviewing chefs. Now this went well because at least I'm pretty jaded because it is COVID right now, and I know people, family members in the nail salon business. Right now in the nail salon business, it's very hard to find employees. Very hard. If you're operating a nail salon, nail technicians are hard to come by nowadays. Like good ones. Besides, hobbyists. So the fact he was able to hire employees in such a fast amount of time is pretty decent. Dozens of resumes, blah, blah, blah. He hired someone from a Food Network, from Opus. Percival, Emotionless, Military. Yeah, good chef. Place an ad for line cooks. Set up 11 interviews. Only 2 showed up. No shows tendency is a norm in the restaurant industry. Yeah, restaurant industries have a very high turnover. One was Chinese exchange student, and one, this one not shit. Yep, one of them was a tattoo-covered trans woman who dressed up like a vampire. This just again, no hate towards any of this. This is just a funny depiction because there's this guy, there's this gruff, I guess like cis, straight, fucking no nonsense guy, the serious straight man of the group he hired. There's this foreign Chinese student who spoke no English. So you have like a white guy, a Chinese foreigner with no English, and then you have like a goth vampire. So this is like the meme, the big titty goth vampire GF. So just picture this in your head. No hate towards any of them. You have like a white guy standing up, just like gruff, normal. You have the foreign Chinese kid, and you have a goth vampire lady, a goth GF. Just picture that for the restaurant. This could be made into a cartoon or a reality TV show. This is like the average 1990s Friends group in cartoons or TV shows. You have the 3 body types. You have the 3. This is perfect. This is perfect. So, neither have much restaurant experience, but they seem nice. I would hire them regardless of whether they seem nice. This is perfect. This would get people in the door. Perfect lineup. Add front of house staff, bartender. Offer me advice, blah, blah, blah. Again, he should have done research. The fact he did not know any of this before he started is fucking dumb as shit. If you're making such a big life decisions, plan, and then plan again. Like, holy shit. Our soft launch was to be a private event. Again, this, also dumb. You're also already so far in the fucking debt hole. You're so far in the red. You are bleeding money. You haven't even opened the restaurant. You don't even know if it's going to be successful. You're having a prime rib dinner party, okay, with 30 guests. This costs money, folks. He talk about counting your chickens before they hatch, okay? Advertised the opening for a few weeks later. I have left the liquor license transfer to the last minute, but my lawyer assured me it would be okay. License, and he couldn't get the business license because the previous owners were in India, and he was facing a dry opening. So the reason why this is a big deal, for those of you who don't know, I only know because I have friends in the industry. I did not know this in general because, again, I don't work in the industry. But most restaurants, most of your money is going to come from alcohol. So this is a pretty big deal in terms of revenue. So if he doesn't have the liquor license, he's going to make like negative money. So yeah, the stress was getting me. He rarely smiled. And then he became an alcoholic. Since beer cans can be bought on credit, he drank lustily from them. I found myself pouring my first at 11 a.m., continuing throughout the day. I hated myself. I hated life. I was having trouble sleeping. His stupid restaurant a nightmare. And he's drinking from his own supply. Okay? He's drinking from his own supply. He was becoming a fucking drunk. This is going to go throughout the entire fucking story. Again, he's married. He has 2 fucking kids. Do not fucking become a fucking drunk when you have fucking kids to fucking raise, folks. That is awful. I don't know my dad often, but he was abusive. I left before I have any fucking memories of him. But again, never fucking do this when you have fucking kids, dude. I don't care if you're a happy drunk, a bad drunk. My controversial opinion is if you have kids and you actually love them and you want to raise them, drink responsibly if you're going to drink at all. Like, your kids are the main source. They should be at the top of your mind. Not this dream shit. Not giving up your stable job to pursue a fucking dream. Your kids should be what's important to you.
And it's not the worst case, like, because a lot of such cases, like, come unnoticed. Yeah. But, like, I'm very into climbing, if you know, like, that's a sport, and I did it professionally. I was, like, in my country's team, and there's a guy, like, Alex Honnold. He's, like, generally popular in the West, much more than in my country, than in Europe. You know him, like, he climbs ropeless. He climbs, like, buildings.
Oh, yeah, that story. That fucking idiot who climbed ropeless and died. Like, and he has fucking kids and wife.
Yeah. No. Oh. He didn't die. No, he didn't die. No. It's okay for him yet. But, he is like a miracle survivor. Because you think of such guys, like, they climb until they fall. Yeah, and when they fall, they die. It's the end.
Yeah.
No. This motherfucker, he, like, fell 2 or 3 times from, like, hundreds of meters. And he survived all the time. He, like, fell on.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, you have kids to raise. Just think of how devastating.
Yeah,
just think of how devastating it would be if like, you're fine. Like, just think how devastating for the fucking child. Like, it is infuriating.
Yeah, especially every time he goes away, his wife and kids should be thinking, like, oh, our father came to climb. Like, he has a 20% chance of not coming back, or even.
Yeah, I can't imagine, dude. I can't imagine.
Insane.
Like, sure, pursue your dreams, take risks, but you have utter responsibilities. You're fucking kids, dude. But again, I'm getting too emotional, too outside of the persona right now. Back to the article. But yeah, this is my take on it. Yeah, this is so irresponsible, dude. Bank balance went to just $6, and he had yet to pay a single bill. He owed 2 weeks' pay. He had no food at home, and our mortgage payment was due. Yeah. You have $6 left, you have 2 fucking kids to feed, and you have mortgage to do. Monstrous hangover. Yeah, he's a drunk. You have kids, motherfucker. My old friend, Deborah, called. She's been supportive, and she's checking in. Morning feel like a failure. I told her you're broke. I had to shut down. She offered to invest $20,000 into the restaurant. and blah blah, keep us afloat until the money started coming in. Yeah, this guy got lifelines after lifelines after lifelines thrown to him. Because those of you guys who are in professional industries make a lot of money, to stable job, like 20 grand is not a lot to us who have graduated colleges, got our bachelors, got our masters, got our PhDs, who work in good job fields. But as people who deal with people across all income levels, like, you can't ignore the fact that 20 grand for a huge segment of the world and the population is a lot of money. Most people will not get this lifeline. This is a Hail Mary. Now, again, this is a miracle. So keep the restaurant open. Like, can you think of a friend that will lend you 20 grand when you were broke or poor? Now, I'm not talking to you guys who are professionally established like me. Like, those guys who are professionally established, I see us grow out of touch, but I try to stay within touch because I have found members who make a lot less and who are, working nail salon stuff. And this is a lot of money. And you don't have that many friends if you are poor who are wealthy, because wealthy people hang out with more wealthy people. So in my case, do I have friends that if I was in a serious financial decision that would lend me 20 grand? Yes. Most of you guys would probably have that friend who would be willing to give you a big loan. Most people will not have that luxury. So those of you guys who are of the lower income strata, this will be frustrating for you to read. This guy is just getting 20 grand. He's making these dumbass decisions, whereas you could have used this 20 grand better. And I cannot doubt that. I cannot argue that you could have used this 20 grand way better than he could have. That's always the argument, but he had that friend. So I just say props to Deborah here, or to give him a lifeline. Because I probably would have done the same thing if any of my friends were in that issue, or in that deep trouble. So 24 hours before launch, Loris got a reprint of the original liquor license. I could serve alcohol. So from what I understand, he could have done it on LegalZoom, but again, this was 2013, so maybe it's not that popular back then, so I can't really rag on him too hard for that. So opening night, he has 8 customers and a lot of kinks. Biggest of which is me. I tried clearing tables, but he kept dropping forks and shit. I tried helping in the kitchen. He wasn't needed. And there was only room behind the bar for one person. He stood around awkwardly, looking for some way to be useful. And he tripped electrical breakers every time the coffee machine was turned on. Blah, blah, blah. The point of sale machine malfunctioned. He had to write in duplicates. Next night, it got better and better and better. So this is like a lot of things. Like, you could shit on him a lot because all these he could have, prepared beforehand. Like for example, this, if he put in a serious effort at the 3 months he was working at his friend's bar, he would have enough experience to know what he would need to do in this scenario. This, he could have done a test run of the restaurant for the electrical breaker issue. This, again, the test run would have fucking caught this issue. But, however, I'm not going to rag too hard on this segment, because this is his first entrepreneurial business. This is his first small business. And those of you guys who are small business owners know that everyone is a fucking dumbass when you're opening your first small business. Not as much as this guy, but you're going to encounter hiccups on the first few months, even first year, when you're operating a small business that in hindsight should have been obvious. But that's just a human error. So the next night, things got better. Despite our hiccups, customers seemed to like us. Yep. Humber cakes, elegant. And this is just him praising the chef. Now, then he got another Hail Mary. This guy's the luckiest motherfucker on the fucking planet. The local newspaper wrote about his restaurant, and it shot up the popularity. So those of you fucking brain rotted individuals watching this video for no fucking reason, this is like getting a shout out from fucking, what's a fucking big streamer right now? PewDiePie? I don't know. PewDiePie? Fucking, Lily Pichu? Fucking Asmon? Fucking Hazan? It's like getting a shout out. It's like getting a shout out or getting a raid from one of those guys in the business sector. Like local newspapers are pretty important to the restaurant business. So yeah, this is him getting a streaming raid. So he served tables, cook on dimes, banning idea of lunch service to low demand. Yeah, most people abandon lunch service unless you're near like a workplace area. So his wife would help him, but will leave, pick up the kids. She spends much of her time alone. This can't be good for the fucking marriage. My days were long, 15 hours from start to close. Yeah, no shit, motherfucker. Yeah, if you're a restaurateur, expect long hours when you're starting out until you reach AFK mode. Even when you reach AFK mode, you have to manage your books and stuff and hire people. Your profit margins get cut deeper and deeper in. So most time he only saw his daughter when he got home from work and checked him. So he already broke his first fucking promise to his wife about how tucking in his wife, kids, like yeah. $80,000 in the hole, so he's at negative $80,000, no profit in sight. Every dollar he made, he was spending $3. Yep, average restaurant. I know. I see tax returns. Worked for it, no dime in tips. I figure as an owner, I wasn't supposed to. Now, this from a layperson perspective, if you don't know or have friends in the industry, you would think. But for now, in my experience, new restaurants, I think the common thing right now is you pull in all the tips. Again, those of you guys who actually work in the industry can comment in what the system is in your restaurant. But based on what I know, cursory knowledge, the common practice nowadays is like you pull all the fucking tips and you divide it among the cooks and the waiters as well. And the owner takes a cut too, in my experience. But again, I can't speak to this, but that is what is common in Florida so far. So I couldn't make payroll second month. I was short about $2,000. Yep. And then his poor fucking wife had to call his mom to dinner, and his fucking wife's mom thought the restaurant was a stupid idea. Base mom. I would have also told her a stupid idea. Handling making her case, she would lend us a few $1,000s to cover payroll. Her loan was eaten up so quickly, by the next payday, he was short again. Another fucking Hail Mary, dude. Bless his fucking wife, dude. Respect woman. This is an S tier waifu. Okay? This is an example of an S plus tier waifu. I cannot imagine how she can stay with this guy, how loyal she is. When I was reading through this entire story, through every fucking mistake, how fucking supportive his fucking wife is, dude. Look for a girl who's fucking this supportive to her man. Like, holy shit. The wife is the champion of this fucking story. So, I was honest with the staff. I assumed they would walk. They didn't. The servers were happy with tips and an IOU. I wrote the cook's check and asked if they'd wait a week to cash them, hoping a few busy nights worth of sales would change things. You had missed his own mortgage payments. Uh-oh. Again, $60,000, not enough. Something I'd never done. Easy going about rent in the early days, but the suppliers and utilities needed to be paid if I need to stay open. Remaining pension. Again, I told you, the story gets worse. He has $70,000 left in his pension. I could unlock some due to financial hardship. Needed a lawyer's notarization. So I cashed out the annual max of $25,000, which after tax penalties came to $18,000. So he paid his payroll and made his mortgage payment and pay his rent. And within 6 weeks, he burned through the entire $18,000. Again, if any of you guys are adults in the workplace, you are reading right now and you are face palming or you are bashing your head into the wall. You're tuning off from the video. You're pausing the video. You've already left. You fucking grabbed a fucking frying pan from the kitchen to fucking bash your head against repeatedly over and over because you have to relieve some stress off of reading this fucking statement. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. He fucking pulled money out of his fucking pension. I don't blame you reading this. I did it myself. I facepalmed. I had to catch my fucking breath. I was shocked. I was bamboozled. I was flummoxed. I was caught unaware by this. How fucking awful reading this sentence is. If you're a kid, if you're in college, you would also think this is dumbass. But if you are in the workforce, if you're a little bit older, I'm young. I don't know how I know this. It's a mystery. If you're a little bit older, reading this hurts you on the inside. It does spiritual, emotional damage to your core. Okay? And I'm sorry, I cannot fix that. No one can. So yeah. It gets worse, folks. It gets worse. You can stop the video. Yeah. It's too much for some of you. What I didn't realize is that I was charging too little. Now you realize it, motherfucker. How long has it been? Yeah, this is 6 weeks, days, months. How long has it been? Now he realized he was charging too little? He was charging too little now? You should have known how much you should charge before you opened the restaurant. You should have planned the menu prices before the restaurant was open. You should say, Flares, you can't say that. No, you said the restaurant. I'm an accountant. In any fucking small business, you should know your fixed costs, your variable costs, and what you should charge for your services before you open up the small business. You know what it's called? A fucking business plan. A business plan, folks. Do a fucking business plan. I don't know what you have to do. Contact an accountant. You say you can't afford an accountant. You have a fucking soul. Do a blood ritual. Contact Satan. Go to hell. There are tons of lawyers and accountants in hell. Get out the fucking Ouija board, okay? Get out the fucking Ouija board. Ask fucking a demon. Hey, demon. Have a fucking part of my soul? Can I get a fucking accountant for cheap? From hell? I know you gotta take a bunch of good ones down there. It's so important. If you can't do the business plan, don't do it. You need a business plan. You need to figure out everything. Like, holy shit. This is awful. Most restaurants is like food costs should be 1/3 of the menu cost. Is the rule of thumb. From what I know. It's like 1/3 of the menu price is what your food costs should be. Like the cost it takes to make the food. So, the restaurant was taking a toll on me. Yeah, wait, I'm going to read this. We were producing exquisite, labor-intensive meals and selling them at Swiss chalet prices. I didn't have a head for business. No shit. Bust out the Ouija board. Contact a demon, okay? Get a lawyer. Not even a lawyer. Get a consultant. And if you don't know, wait a minute. He has that fucking friend who opened up a bar. Just ask his friend, how much should I charge? He would tell you. 1/3. 1/3 should be the cost of the food. Times 3. Just times 3. You can do more multiplication, dude. So yeah, he was probably doing some dumbass shit like variable cost plus 20% or variable cost plus 30%, which is dog shit. Never do that, folks. I don't know why I'm even giving you guys this advice, because none of you guys are going to open up a restaurant after reading this story. So this information is worthless to you. The point of this video is to get you guys to give up on your hopes and dreams and settle for the office job. Settle for working on a boat. settle for working on a shitty office job where it drains your soul every day. Because it would be better than what this guy did. Okay? Yeah. You're as shitty as an office job is, it would drain your soul less than a fucking demon. You would need to contact to get the good lawyers and accountants for free. So yeah, he's been drinking. He slunk around like a Jose, and his heart was rattling really in his ribcage. This is just anxiety, grinding his motors, soaked with stress. Yeah, this is just stress. We've all had these scenarios. So anxiety, alcohol enough to fend off the demons. And then he started taking medications from his wife. Again, poor wife, poor Dorothy. The entire time I was reading the story, I was thinking about the wife and kids. I was thinking about, weirdly enough, I was feeling so sorry for them. He's using his wife's medication to calm himself down for his dumbass shit. Why she married this guy? Bless her heart. She's a saint. She gets a guaranteed ticket to heaven, whatever afterlife you believe in. Okay, if you're a Muslim, I don't know what fucking afterlife. If you're a fucking Viking, believing in Norse gods, fucking Odin would open the halls of Valhalla for this girl. Okay, you think she didn't die in battle? Getting married to this guy is a battle every day of your fucking life. Okay. She was on hardcore difficulty in the marriage, okay? This girl was fighting an uphill battle and staying loyal the entire time. This fucking drunk, fucking idiot of a husband taking your fucking medications, okay? When you have 2 daughters, you can barely afford food. You're late on your mortgage payments. He took your mom's money, okay? Your fucking mom's money to keep his fucking restaurant alive. No research. Nothing at all, okay? This girl is fighting battle. She's fighting harder than a fucking shield maiden, okay? She deserves a spot in Valhalla, Odin. Okay? If you're a fucking Norse. This is insane how they stuck together this entire time. So, sleep, jackhammer, soon settle me, and gently deliver me the most wondrous of states, nothingness. The alcohol and pill combo didn't prove fatal, so I began taking them a couple of times a week to help me sleep. But I knew the prescription would eventually run out. I thought of asking Dorothy to get more from her doctor, but then get sick of myself. Have I not asked enough of my poor wife? Now you think about your poor fucking wife? You're literally fucking using her as a fucking drug mule, okay? Can you imagine this guy just now thinking about his poor wife? This is like crossed the line. He's like, I need more of that medication. I'm drinking. He's like a drunkard, so fucking high on his fucking wife's medication, relying on his wife's medication. He's like, okay, honey, you should ask the doctor for more. He's like, just imagine a fucking crackhead for his wife's medication. Wife, I need some more medication. I just a little bit more. Just scratching himself. I need some of your medication. Just ask your doctor for more. I'm stressed. I can't sleep. The restaurant. Schmiegel needs more. Gollum needs fucking more drugs, motherfucker. Like this is him the entire time. Supplying her more narcotics. She knew I think a pill here to help me sleep, but she didn't know I think up to 5 at a time, combine them with blinding amounts of alcohol. Again, his poor fucking wife. His poor fucking wife, dude. The Beech Tree's first Valentine's Day was a success. 36 hours later, the fridge died. Again, this is just unexpected occurrences that happens when you're running a small business. If you're running like a nail salon, in that example, like the fucking pedicure machines, the fucking machines where you, again, I only know Vietnamese. I don't know the fucking English. I work around, growing up, parents own a nail salon, so it's whatever. So yeah, in any business, you're gonna have unexpected, expenses. It's just a fact of life. So yeah, $1,000 for spoiled food. Repair was $3,000. So yeah, That's why you should have a lot of money when you're starting up a small business. So, friend or no friend, Jameson had his own bills to pay and couldn't annoy my delinquency forever. He soon started sending me emails inquiring about the rent. At home, we were living like paupers, putting $4 of gas in the car at times, mining for loose change amount of couch cuttings, and living off craft dinners. The final insult, with a cart full of groceries and 2 kids in tow. Now he writes about his fucking 2 kids again. You have 2 growing kids, motherfucker. His debit card was declined at local Lobos. He was angry at me for days, bickered about monies, his drinking, his absence. We never see you. Supposed to be at home to tuck in the kids. Yeah, his promise early on. Don't have enough money to buy toothpaste. She was right. Again, poor fucking wife. Loses business and maybe his wife. Again, living off craft dinners. The fucking kids. Think about the fucking kids before you take any risky life decisions. Come on. One last option. 2014. The real estate market was hot. I told you it gets worse, folks. He has a house which they bought in 2006. Okay? You know where this story is going. Those of you guys who are a little bit older, who own a house in the housing market, will be fucking at death's door right now. The amount of damage you are inflicting to yourself. Reading this. Watching this video. Okay? Fucking insane. He fucking sold his house. He fucking sold his house to keep the restaurant running. This is... I have no words for this. There is going to be no Flair's reaction, nothing. There is no words that can adequately describe the amount of rage you, the viewers, are feeling right now, or any normal person who wants a house. If you want a house, or if you have a house, all of you guys right now have your pitchforks out. But again, you have to remember, this is the bravest guy you have ever met. He wrote this article. He had it published publicly. You could not torture this article out of me if I made these decisions. I would go to my deathbed keeping this failed business and keeping these decisions to myself, okay? You cannot... I don't care if you put me in Guantanamo Bay. Okay? Okay? If you put me in Gitmo, you have those fucking Navy SEALs or fucking US CIA, FBI torture me for days. You cannot get me to write this paragraph. You cannot force me. Okay? If you put the pen in my hand, I wouldn't write. You can put something in my hand to make me write. I would break my fucking hand myself to little nubbins, okay? The only way you can get me to write this article is if you chop off both of my hands, you fucking jam a pen inside, you fucking hook up a machine, you fucking mechanically move my fucking nubs of my arms to write this paragraph. That is the only way you would get this out of me. Like, this guy is so fucking brave, dude. Nothing but respect. So I'm not gonna go over this, because this speaks for itself. He sold his home, moved into a 2-bedroom rental. He used his money to pay up $40,000 in debt. And this is a dumb shit. Like, paying all this is fine. Like, using to pay these debts, I have nothing against. This is my complaints about. He installed dedicated AC to his restaurant, put in new floors, and gave the staff raises. Motherfucker, you think you're Mother Teresa? You're fucking then your father Father Pedro? What are you, fucking Mr. Rogers? What are you, fucking Bill Gates? I mean, I should have probably used Bill Gates as the Epstein files. But, Bill Gates as of 10 years ago, when he's known as the charitable philanthropist, Bill Gates. Not current Bill Gates. But yeah, he gave his staff raises. Your restaurant isn't making a profit, motherfucker. You're in the red. This is not fucking profit. You sold your house money. This is final death store money. Okay, this is procking a DR. This is your life-saving role. You're wasting money installing air conditioning and giving new floors. This money is meant to keep the restaurant running for longer, not for upgrades. This is not upgrade money, okay? This is upkeep money. Those of you guys who are gamers, this is what you save your econ. You're building up your econ. You're playing a Total War. You're playing a fucking City Sim or whatever. This is upkeep money to tide you over. This is not to upgrade your restaurant, upgrade your staff, upgrade your soldiers. Dude, what are you doing? Then we got the review. Then, by some fucking miracle, he got another Hail Mary, okay? I don't know what fucking deal he made with the devil. It wasn't good enough, but it was good enough to get him a 4-star review on the Toronto Star, which is a newspaper. He has tied with other restaurants, and the phone started ringing. An upshoot in a customer base. His restaurant was jam-packed. Pride surged for his rate. This guy is operating on pure pride, okay? You think I'm a narcissist? This is insane. This is insane. You feeling pride now? You should still be panicking. He was pulling in $3 to $4 grand a night. This is 2.5 to 3.5 grand a night. Enough to sustain the restaurant, have some profits. Again, this jumps out at me. Some profits at the end of the day. I was even toying with the idea of expansion. Motherfucker. Talk about counting your eggs for the hash. Dude, this is literally like 2 days of profit. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna open a franchise. I'm in the big leagues, boys. That's like you going in and like, I don't know. How do I relate this to the slightly younger audience? Let me think. Okay, let's say you're a kid in high school, okay? Or college. You're in the dating scene, okay? This fucking girl you've known for your entire life. Let's call her Molly, okay? Molly, childhood friend. She's somewhat attractive. She's a B- tier wife. Or whatever, on the waifu tier list. Okay? You've known her. She's interested in you. You dated. You hung out. Okay? And you think you can score B+ tier waifus all of the time, but you don't realize that you have that childhood friend buff. This is what it is. The newspaper and this income is the childhood friend buff. Okay? That doesn't apply elsewhere. So, let's say shit happens, you break up, and you're getting back into the dating scene. And you're looking for B+ tier waifus. Because your last girlfriend, with that childhood friend buff, was a B+ waifu. So you're scrolling through whatever dating app people are using right now. Christian, Minjo, Tinder. I don't actually know dating apps really well. So, fucking whatever. So now you're saying, maybe I can do better. What if I aim for the A tiers and the S tier waifus? You're thinking about getting the A tier and S tier waifus right now, not knowing that maybe the best you can actually do is C tier or D tier waifus. You should start expectations low until you build up more buffs. He's not strong enough to handle the A and S tier waifus. He needs more experience, okay? He needs better career, more traits, because you're still a student, you don't have a job, you're not interesting to this A and S tier waifus yet, and you're already gunning for them. That is how I can relate to the younger audience. That's the best analogy I can come up with. So, with a successful summer behind us, I decided to close the beach tree for the last week of August to give everyone a vacation to spend time with my neglected wife and kids. In those 7 days we were closed, supply checks continued to clear, salary staff continued to be paid, but nothing came in to replace that money. It was a novice mistake. I didn't have savings to warrant closing. Cutting off cash flows devastated our account within a week. To make matters worse, a $4,000 utility bill was waiting for me when I get back. Our air conditioner, the culprit. How was I to know that the dining room AC that came with the building pumped more thousands of liters through its pipes? We reopened after Labor Day, slowest restaurants. The profits we have accumulated, gone. Out of options. You cashed out the entire new home down payment fund, putting us out of the market for a house. Again, those of you guys watching this video who want a house, who don't have a house, who own a house, those of you guys who are adults watching this video, you guys are like writing out your last will and testament right now, because you don't know how much more self-harm you can do before you decide to end it all. Because out of the secondhand cringe, out of the fucking frustration, you're yelling at the screen, frustrated with this guy. I feel you. I feel you. Negative $170,000. Yeah, his wife, poor fucking wife, turning to her mom again for more money. Bruising your pride. Dude, how do you even have pride left? Okay? Your pride should have been gone by now. Okay? So, this was his mistake. This is his mistake. Okay? He is in the red. After, like, 1 week, maybe? Of fucking making a profit because of this fucking Hail Mary childhood friend buff from the Toronto Star. He decided to fucking close the restaurant down to make no money, give his staff raises. Dude, you should be opening 24/7 until you climb yourself out of the fucking hole you dug yourself on. Why are you taking a vacation? You're not safe yet. You're not safe yet, mother. You're not even close to being safe. This is a lot easier to make an analogy for, okay? You're playing fucking Resident Evil or a fucking survival horror game, okay? You're fucking low on ammo. You see a safe spot, okay? You just had a huge influx of money to upgrade your equipment. You had that ammunition. On whatever survival horror game you have a choice now, okay? You have a boss room. And you have a side quest, side path to get extra resources and equipment and upgrades before the boss. The optional side content. But just before you encountered this diverging pathway, you were on a winning streak. You just beat the mob waves. You got upgrades. You're feeling good about yourself. However, you still have half HP. You were at death's door a couple of rooms before in the game. But now you healed up a little. You got a couple of good runs. Your health is now up to half, okay? Your ammo, you have maybe 1 or 2 clips up. And at half health, you feeling overconfident. You stepped into the fucking boss room instead of going down the side path to get more resources. This is what this guy did. He went straight to the boss fight, motherfucker, instead of getting the bonfire in Dark Souls, instead of getting the save point, instead of saving his game, instead of farming some more, okay? He's going to the boss fight at half HP. The boss fight is the vacation. You're not ready to take a vacation, motherfucker. You won't be ready until you're full HP. And the game he's playing, this restaurant, he's deep in the hole. He's playing the fucking hardest Dark Souls game or Souls-like you've ever played. No death, level 1 Souls run, okay? Death's Door. Going into the boss fight instead of farming other shit. This is what this guy did by taking this 7-day vacation, okay? Paying his staffs, though, when he's in the red. Not knowing to fucking turning off the AC. All this is arrogance. Like, holy shit, this frustrated me to ON. And that cost him his new home. Oh my gosh. So, he placed his last money down on a marketing event, a party to celebrate his 1-year anniversary of opening the restaurant. Again, the restaurant has been open for a year, and it's already this shit. He's in it. He's in the 20% already. During the party, the tenant flooded the apartment and blah, blah, blah. This is just full panic mode and mop up. So the marketing event was a failure. Oh, city councilor was out. He passed out. Yeah, he became a fucking drunk again. Dude, you have fucking 2 kids to raise. Stop getting drunk all the fucking time. And look at this. He had a hired band to play. He's wasting money. But marketing is needed. I can't shit him too hard. But he could have toned down some expenses to make this marketing event cheaper. I would get like a cheaper band. Like a free band. You know, you can probably get like free band for like college kids and shit. And this is a failure, and he's becoming a fucking drunk again. Our cash flow dried up completely. Yep. Again, that childhood friend, newspaper buff, it's temporary. That's a temporary buff, okay? So, he's now quiet business, high school losers, and Taxman is coming. Yup. Could not protect him from Revenue Canada. He has wagered everything and lost. Yeah, because he made wrong decision after wrong decision after wrong decision. I can't even call them decisions. Decisions imply that you planned in the first place. Decisions imply you had a choice. He had no choice because he was merely reacting as shit came his way. He had no contingency plan. He has no business plan. He has nothing. Nothing. He was reacting. He wasn't making decision. It was Jesus take the wheel. Jesus take the wheel. All these Hail Marys from his families and friends giving him money, selling his house to fucking restaurant reviews on fucking the newspapers. Like, holy shit. Couldn't easily liquidate the business because it has been financed through Jameson. Yeah, that's what happens. Control half a dozen people. Again, he has like 6 employees. So he bought a guy from a restaurant, tons of restaurant experience, pinch hit. So basically, I'm going to summarize this because I already read this. This guy got lucky. So they bought him out of the business and cleared the debt. Well, not his debt, but, Range debt taken over piecemeal by Helders Corporation, amicable exchange. Any other landlord would have locked him out. God bless his friends. This is true. His friend was so lenient on him because most people would just kick him out. So he got to keep his name on the restaurant. The restaurant stay open, name to live on, and staff to be paid. Hater was no longer my partner, but the sole proprietor of the restaurant I built. For that, I wish him best. Honestly, I do. He's doing a better job than I did. The staff don't appeal to miss my amateur dithering. Yep, the Beast Tree. In September. Yep, today, everything's blood, and then this is just him fucking missing the place and how much blood, sweat, and tears he put into the restaurant. And then, this is the epilogue, okay? The epilogue ending. But there's more epilogues, okay? So the nightmare is far from over. He has a tax situation, personal bankruptcy, he lost his home, priced out of the housing market. Those of you guys who lived through COVID know how insane the housing market now all around the world, especially in Toronto. I heard that the housing market is bad in Canada. Chime in the comments. Again, I want people to react to the story, chime in the comments, because I want to engage. Because this story interests me. This is not my normal content. Normally I do like guide reviews for gacha games and stuff. But I'm just fascinated. I fucking love this article. I fucking love everything about this. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. So comment on your reactions, your experience, and so people can reply to your comments. I want this to be an active thread video. Even if it doesn't have a lot of viewers, if you can comment, chime in on your takes. I love reading about this stuff. I don't enjoy that much making the gacha guide content as much as this. This is not as popular as the gacha guides, my crypto game, but this is what I enjoy, reading these articles, reacting to these articles. So, he will likely never own a home again. No shit. Borrowed tens of thousands of dollars from families and friends that must somehow pay back. Yep. He promised his wife riches and gave her poverty. She's stuck with me for everything. She's now job at a local nursery school. He's working as an analyst again. So, yeah. Back to the office job, folks. Drink. Yep. Not longer an alcoholic. Normal. And then he started a YouTube career. Yep. So, you're better off not starting a restaurant. Give up on your fucking dreams. So, before I rail on him some more, this last year is also dog shit. So, he's still making poor financial decisions to this day. He might not know it, but he is. So, he has moved a few times, and he's in a nice rental with 3 bedrooms he can barely afford. The reason he got an apartment with 3 bedrooms is because he wanted his daughters to have their own rooms. Now, I know I preach about respect your children. However, this is detrimental. It's not worth... Have you asked your fucking daughters, do they know the implications of having their own room? Like, getting you barely afford the apartment just to fucking give your daughters your own room? No, you should be scrounging. You should say, son, honey, dad was a complete dumbass. We cannot afford the 3-bedroom apartments, folks. I will sleep on the couch. You can have the bedroom. That's what I would do. That's what my family has done. That's how I was raised. That's how I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm fucking young. That if I were to have children, that's how I would raise them. Like if he actually, I can't even say that. It's controversial. He clearly cares about his daughter, but not in a way that I'm experienced to, because Asian families, Asian cultures, especially mine, we love our family and support our families more than the typical, I don't know, white family. In my experience, I don't know, maybe it's controversial, but a lot of love around the family here. Like, I have a really big family, shit ton of cousins, shit ton of relatives, typical Asian family. But I experienced growing up poor and whatnot, so it would be common for, in this scenario, instead of doing that, we would live on a back of nail salon and stuff, and the adults would take sacrifices for the kids. So instead of if you really want your daughters to have their own room, and since it's your fucking fuck up, you piece of shit, why don't you sleep on the fucking couch? Why don't you sleep on the fucking living room? Why don't you sleep on the fucking floor and give the bedrooms to your fucking daughter, to your fucking wife, okay? Why don't you do that instead of wasting your fucking money renting for a rental with 3 bedrooms? This is just selfish to me. to me, as someone growing up who had my mom, single mom, love her to death, do the same thing when I was sick, when we were poor. She would, and when we were staying at motels and stuff, she would gladly sleep on the floor. She got accustomed to sleeping on the floor and giving me the bed. I did not know at the time, but any one of the people in my family would do the same thing for their kids. Like, I cannot speak, cannot criticize, because that would be, I guess, racist to some people, but that's how I was raised. That's how people in my environment, that's how my friends who are Asian are also raised. We would see our parents sacrifice a lot for us comparatively to other families we would see, white families. So reading this infuriates me. Like, why didn't he take that sacrifice for himself? Like, he's just justifying it at this point. He was like, I'm doing this because I love my daughters so much. There was another option you could have taken. Sleep on the fucking floor as your fucking punishment. Just saying. Just saying. Again, not to be cruel or anything, but there's a better option. That just jumps out to me. That's just privilege, in my opinion. Like, come on. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah. So, restaurants are a lot of risks and stuff. So, if you're going to the restaurant industry, any small business, plan. Establish a business plan before you go into it. Research. Now, people would say, like, plan everything, tally up the cost, and then double it. Or triple it. And then don't do it. That is the meme, the joke, but it has some reality. If you're going to a restaurant, you need a lot of startup capital, and you have to really, really know what you're doing. You have to really, really love it. This guy had a stable job, and he fucking wasted his fucking life doing this shit. It is fucking infuriating. So, LegalZoom. So, again, most legal options here. So, in case you're wondering how awful the restaurant industry is. So, I pulled up this fucking article. Or this is the restaurant report from the NRA. Not the National Rifle Association. It's the National Restaurant Association. With Deloitte, which is a big accounting firm, whatnot. So, it's trustable. So, this is the typical revenue of a restaurant. It's, on average, is 2% to 6%. For full service or 60 service and profit you can expect. Restaurants are not real big profit margins. Your profit margins are very, very, very small. You're not going to make a lot of money going into the restaurant industry. Like, it's not to say like some restaurants, there are outliers. There's always outliers in every industry, every field. However, this is the 2010 one. Income before taxes. Yeah. Typically speaking, it's around 2%. 3% is quite high. And then this is from 2010. Nowadays, with COVID and the current financial situations, it's probably 2% or less. It's probably 2% or less. I haven't dealt with actual tax returns. Again, I'm into crypto now. But means and median, yeah. It's very low income or profit margins in a restaurant field. So it is insane. It is fucking insane. I will link all these in the video. But yeah, you should plan. You should only do it not to make money. If it's your passion, if you don't have kids to take care of. You have to have a lot of startup capital. You have to have a lot of experience in the industry. Not to say that you can't pull off. People can pull it off. There is that 20% that pull off, make a successful restaurant. But it's a huge risk as with all things. You hear the success stories all the time. You rarely hear the failures. That's why I say this guy is brave. Most people are this guy. If you are watching this video, most of you guys, if you have a dream to open up a small business, 80% of you will end up like this drunk motherfucker, but you're not going to be as brave as he is. Because when you fail, you're not going to be brave enough to write this article and chronicle your failure. Okay, so props to this guy. Because this guy, by writing this article, showcases the failure stories. Because in media, all the time, you get to see all the success stories. But the reality is, there are more failures than there are successes. Like, just look at the data. If you're in accounting, you would notice. You would know how many small businesses fail. It is a lot. There are so many failures all the time. It is not a hard field, especially in today's environment. Now, you will also see successes, but the successes and profits are few and far between. Now, of the successes I've seen, the best restaurant I've seen, which is a miracle. So every guys have that one miracle. My miracle restaurant was one that had 30% profit. It was insane. It was a fucking miracle. So you will never achieve that miracle. You have to sacrifice your firstborn to a fucking demon, probably, to get that fucking profit. And even then, probably wouldn't be that good. But yeah, that concludes this video. So I love this article. Yeah. Okay. Now I just need to fucking resize that. And I'll post it as a video for later. If you have any questions about Mormons, I'll take them. But I'm going to end the stream soon and take a rest a bit because I get tired often now. I'm not going to mention this a lot because I don't want people to take abusing it. But since the surgery, I've been having like a lot of fatigue and stuff. I'm not going to go over it. I'm not going to make it like a cry story or anything. But that's just my situation now. I don't have as much energy as I used to before with doing the fucking 12, 20-hour streams. I would try. But I get tired like very frequently. This stream by itself took a lot of energy out of me. It doesn't seem like it because I gathered a stream. But I don't know. Maybe we'll get better over time. But lately, I've been encountering fatigue for whatever reason. I don't know. I haven't been to the doctor. I can't explain it or anything. I just get tired. So let me resize this real quick. And and then it's done. Yep. Vid export. So Nimikin, what did you learn today about opening up a restaurant and pursuing your dreams? Did you learn to not do it?
Oh no, actually, no. Actually, like I've never had like such problems with big dreams because I have, for example, a friend who works in like medicine who finished it, and in my country maybe it is like even more better paid than in yours, but I think even in yours it's like a well-paid job.
Yeah, but that's standard.
But in mine it's like really hard to get there as well. So there are a lot of like very underpaid doctors, I think, but there are some that like make millions because the corruption is in my country is like one hell of a thing.
What country is it? If you don't,
so there are like places.
Mind me asking.
I'm from Russia. Like I live in Moscow.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and she like I speak with her a lot, and she's like a bit older than me. I think like 3 years older than me. She's married, nothing with kids, no, not like that. But she has like really big dreams of becoming like the doctor of the clinic, etc., etc. She has example of that because she worked with people like of similar caliber, I think, and she has like that insane dreams of making millions.
Yeah, you can have those dreams as long as you are realistic about the risks and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. But I've never. Yeah, yeah. But no, no, it's not like generally the risk is just like the path that takes to get
Yeah,
there,
I have
and
nothing
of
against
course you
like those
can't
type of dreams.
guarantee
People
it.
like abandoning your cushy job to pursue this restaurant dream when you have kids and stuff. It's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I just like I never had anything like that. So I told you about like what I do, yeah,
Yeah.
and I could make more, for example. So I could take like more students, have like more
Yeah.
hours of work
I would.
daily,
Yeah, that's
but
good.
I've never had
You have a
like
good future ahead of you.
I've never had like dreams of that because I don't mind like making not the average money, I think, because the average money in my country is much lower than in yours, and like the quality of life, I think, generally is lower. But from my perspective, like I don't chase some very, very, very huge goals. So I'm okay with settling with like an okay job and living like a
Yeah,
normal
that's fine.
life, not going for
That's fine.
something
That's
over
valid.
exaggerated. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and like I have ways together because like already my job is like it's kind of well paid because the like money to hour rate is good, I guess, for my country specifically, because like the cost of how to say it, like the cost of life here is lower than in America. So in America, like the average is something like 3K a month, right? So for Russia, it's like I think a bit less. It's like 2K maybe, and you'll be like okay living with that until you have like your own apartment. My parents are like kinda they're not rich by any means, and my mom is more like of an idea working one because she has like a lot of awards in sense of teaching, and she could be like very, very, very how to say she could make much more money than she does from what she does because the tutoring in my country is much more well paid than teaching, and I think in America teachers also like don't make quite a lot, right? It's one of the
Yeah.
underpaid jobs,
Teachers
no?
don't make a lot in America, but professors do. It
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
depends
yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
state. Some states are now paying teachers a bit more.
Yeah, like
It depends on if it's public or private
yeah, like
school.
my mom won.
It all depends.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah. So my
conditions.
mom like she won a competition for like the best teacher of the country, basically. She needed to do a lot of stuff, and she always worked for the idea. So she doesn't work in some like basic schools. She works in the places where like more
Yeah.
intelligent people are sent to study. Oh, yeah, and she could like make quite a fortune giving online lessons or something like that. But she doesn't find that much satisfaction in that. She like finds satisfaction like teaching people and she doesn't make like quite a lot. I think at some points I made more than her, but I was like working, I don't know, like 10 times less than she does. So she works for the idea, but what I wanted to say is that like my parents have, I think, like 2 apartments outside of the one we live in. So I don't think my life will be like that hard because like the main difficulty I think in my country is getting an apartment because in our situation it is even worse than in USA. So you need like to work quite a lot to get one. And also like my general like life situation is kind of good now. So I'm like learning is one of the best
What
unis
if
we have in
what
Russia,
if you
and
get
like
drafted to World War
the,
Three? That is
oh
that would be the
yeah,
worst
yeah,
scenario.
it's like yeah, it's a thing, but like I'm theoretically kind of you. What can I say? Like I have some ill diseases which in theory don't let me go there.
Anyone can fly a
So
drone
for now,
nowadays, dude. You would be a great drone pilot.
Yeah, man. I think now like America is also like taking part now in
Yeah,
some wars.
yeah.
No? Yeah, so like you also have a chance of being
Oh no,
drafted.
I am.
No?
No,
Like
no,
everyone has.
I cannot be drafted because I'm so young,
Wait,
very
how
young.
young are you? If it's not like
No,
some
I'm very
private
very young.
information.
That's all you need to know.
Man, like you say you're very young, and then I was like kind of flabbergasted when you told you worked in finance for like
Yeah, yeah, don't
couple of
worry about
decades.
it. Don't
And
worry
couple of
about it.
decades
Don't
is
worry
24
about
years.
it. I'm young, okay? I'm young. That is the narrative, okay? I'm young. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so if a couple years pass and you can get drafted, like everyone can in theory. So, like, what can I do about it? It's like one of the things you can't change. So, if it happens, I think in my country it can't happen like against your will for now at least. So
Hero X,
it can't be that you
that
don't
is
work
not true.
together.
I am super young, whatever young is to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
understood. We understood. I'm just saying that,
Prime.
like, in my country, you like can't get sent there against your will. So we have like a military service for 1 year, which is the thing you can't neglect. Outside the fact that you have some diseases. So for now, I have some diseases. If it changes someday and the doctors will say, "Oh no, you're qualified for military service," I will be sent there, but it's not war at all. It's like how to say it. You, I think, have the same thing in USA. It's just not
Mm-hmm.
mandatory. So I just go there. I'm sent like for a year to some other town, for example, and there I like learn how to work. I don't think how to explain it in
Yeah,
other
I know
terms.
about the mandatory
Yeah,
one
but
year.
it's not something
Yeah, my
where
my
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
cousin in
So it's
Austria
not
does the
something you
same thing.
need. Oh yeah. So it's not something
Yeah.
that you need. Yeah, to do, which is like how to
Uh,
say it, dangerous
mhm.
for your life. Yeah. Oh, you have like quite a lot of people. So you went from Vietnam and then you like settled across the whole Earth because like you have like from what you say you have people like in
Yep.
different parts
Vietnam War. Where
of the world.
the Flares clan is global.
Oh,
I have relatives
sure.
in Austria, Australia, the UK, and a lot of in the US. So yeah, we are all
Oh,
global. We're split up. Big family though. Big family.
no, my relatives like are very tied together because when I was born, we have like the apartment I live in is how to say it. It has like 4 rooms, one of which is a kitchen. I'm not sure how to explain it in other terms. And when I was born, I didn't have my own room because one of the rooms were for my like grand relatives, one was for my family, and one was for my aunt. Eventually, my aunt moved out, and she like lived in the same house, just a floor under us. And it was like her goal not to move any far away from us. Now she lives like in, I think, half a mile away from us. Like miles to kilometers is also a different thing for me. I'm not sure. I know like mile is I think 1 and 6 of a kilometer, right? Something like one and a half
I got
of a
the math
kilometer, something
confusion.
like that. So my aunt lives. Yeah. She still like lives not far away from me, and for my family it was like always important to stay together.
Hmm.
So unlike you, I have all my relatives like in a very
Well,
small
I have
area.
a lot of relatives in
Even I
small
think
areas
the
though,
grand
but
how the,
it's again, it's just a big family overall. I think I have like 10
oh
plus
yeah.
relatives within driving distance. So it's yeah,
Oh yeah. I have
I
the
just
same
have
thing.
like close to things like 60 living relatives right now. Around 60 is a lot. It's a big family. Big family.
I'm not sure. I have like
Because
around 60. I have, I think, around
because my mom has like a
25 maybe.
dozen brothers and sisters. Yeah, it's
Oh. No, like my mom has 2 sisters and my dad had like 2 brothers. I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
one of them
that
died
is low tier. Yeah,
recently.
my
Now.
mom has like 5 brothers and like 6, 7 sisters or something. It's like insane. But some of them are dead.
Oh
But
yeah, sure, sure.
but some of them are dead. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, but I see a lot of my family members. We don't get along. Most of us get along. Very few of us don't get along. But the ones we don't get along is just because of the typical family drama shit in Asian families, like drug addiction, gambling addiction. That is why we don't get along.
Oh.
So I now start recording. This is a live stream.
No, I didn't have,
I'm gonna cover
such
this.
problems. I had like one relatives which died eventually, who had like a really really bad connections with the rest of the family, and there were reasons for that. But now I think everyone basically in my family is extremely friendly. You know, like every time I have like some, not a party, but for example, like do you have like the Women's Day on 8th of March?
The women what?
Women's Day. We have like such a holiday.
Women's.
We
do.
We have the
Well,
men's
we have a
holiday and
lot.
the
It
women's.
depends on what you count, but yeah, we do. It's not really that big a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, not to me at least. People just wear like
in
pink
our
stuff.
country, it's a big of a deal.
I mean, I guess it's controversial to say it's not big of a
in
deal.
our
I don't
country,
consider
it's
it
a
big
big
of a
of
deal.
a
It's not
deal.
like super big like Christmas stuff. If
No, it's not like Christmas, but
yeah,
it's big.
okay.
Yeah.
In order
And
for
the
me to
sad
consider
part-
it big, it needs to have a day off, or it needs more fanfare, or pink hats and stuff.
We have a day off.
Don't count. If it doesn't have a day off, doesn't count as big to me. Okay, that is my opinion. Okay, so Ash Wednesday
Yeah.
is
We have a day
big.
off.
I'm a Catholic. Ash Wednesday is big. You can see everyone with the ashes beforehand. It's not that big because don't have the day off. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a day off, and we have like some further differences because like for some reason, even though like the patriarchy world and shit, in my country the men's day is always neglected, like, and the men's holiday is not that big at all, but the women's holiday is really big. The women's holiday is like a huge part of our culture in some ways,
That's good.
and it's much bigger than the men's day.
Well,
I'm okay with that. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not offended by that. It's just like kind of strange thing.
probably more.
Like
Everyone
not
loves
strange, but
women more than men's holidays, though.
yeah, of course, man. You like say from a perspective of a man. Like I also love women more, but still. No, it's just that like I think in general the men are like much more likely to give gifts, etc., and they all like always have more possibilities due to like how to say it, like men usually being like higher in rank, not higher in rank, but I think it's just the ideology here and everywhere else that like the men are the providers, so it is much more likely for men to give gifts, etc., like to make holidays for women than from the other end. As I said, like I'm not offended by it, and the men's day is also a holiday in my country, so everything's
I'm
cool.
curious since Russians drink a lot. I'm just gonna ask this question before I stop the stream. Have you ever heard of? Okay, maybe I show chat this because there's few people in chat. Can't answer. I'm gonna teach you guys something today. I'm gonna teach you guys a little something. So, have you ever heard of something called dwarf tossing in your country? Do you do dwarf tossing? Because in Florida, it got banned, and a couple of politicians have been trying to bring it back for fucking years. Do you know what dwarf tossing is? So let me fucking switch screens back. So I'm gonna end the stream with this. So going over this. This is dwarf tossing. Dwarf tossing is a politician in Florida. He comes by every now and then, a city councilor, but dwarf tossing was banned in Florida like a couple of decades ago. I remember when it was banned. So dwarf tossing back then, you can do it at bars and stuff. So I don't know. They used to be called midgets. I think midget is offensive now, but I'm gonna use it. But you know what a midget is or a dwarf? Nimikin.
Like a short person?
Like a short person.
Extremely short with the disease?
Peter
Yeah, of course. No, like my English is not that bad.
Yeah,
like,
Peter Dinklage. So dwarf tossing
language.
back then in Florida, you would go to a bar, have a few beers, and there would always be like a dwarf in the bars a couple of decades ago, where you would pay them. It's all consensual. They would wear like protective gear, and you would see how far you can throw them. There are clips online. I'm not going to show them. You can Google like the old dwarf tossing videos. So then it got banned because a dwarf died of alcohol poisoning. And like dwarves who work in the dwarf tossing industry tried to get it back. It's a wild thing to know about, and it's funny to think about. But there's like two segments of dwarves because this is their livelihood. Because like it or not, like dwarves, it's hard to find a job as a dwarf, and they made a lot of money.
Yeah, of course.
Dwarf tossing, being the tossee, because you would pay them like $100 or whatever to like throw them, and they would work in bars, and people in bars spend a lot of money. So these dwarves were making like 6 figures every year. Like some were even clearing like close to seven figures. Like it was insane how much money these dwarves were making. Because everyone who's drunk who went to the bar back in the day would you hang out with your friends, and it would be cool because it's not like you're like picking up a random dwarf. The dwarf would come up to you and be like, "Hey, I'm fine with it. Do you want to pay me $100 to throw me? See how far you can throw me?" And it would be like all cushion pads and stuff, and you would throw them and see how far you can get them. So So, do you have anything like this in Russia? Because I would hope.
No. I think it's
It's only a Florida thing.
For some reason, no. I don't know, but in Russia, all the minorities are doing extremely good, except for some LGBTQ people. I'm not against them by any means. I just don't like when it's like becoming a propaganda of the shit. I'm against that. I'm not
no
against gay people by any means.
Tossing. I don't care about.
No, but they are all doing extremely well because every time you see such a person,
dwarfs are king.
Man, he has like the he has the most outstanding, expensive feet you've seen in your life.
Well, I assume it's less money to like drip out a short person.
No, it's more money. It's more money than in your country because every clothing brand, for example, is much more expensive here than in your country. In Russia, you can double the prices of everything you have. So no, it's not because it's cheap. It's because all those guys are doing extremely well.
So dwarves in Russia are part of the 1%?
No. Yeah. And it seems like it's all of them. It seems like it's all of them. No. I think generally maybe I don't want to sound racist by any means, but all the black people are also doing extremely well in my country.
Yeah.
That's
not racist.
I don't want to put any correlation to this that if you're black you can come to Russia and do extremely good. No, but all people I see are also looking extremely well and
yeah. It's a compliment.
The most of guys who are I don't want to call them human trash or something. It's not like that, but who are in a very low place in their lives, which you see in Russia, they're all white, and they're all just ordinary people. Maybe it's because the majority of people are that way, but I have never seen, for example, a homeless black person in Russia for all of my life. So in my country, as I say, like I don't see minorities struggle at all. Yeah. So and in Russia we don't have anything like with dwarf tossing.
Huh.
I'm not like a very big barrel guy
I
of
would
a
have thought.
type. Since you know I'm
I would
like
have
not
thought
that old,
that they were
but
more like
I've never seen
Florida.
it.
I guess Florida is still the most unique, innovative country in the world. We are state in the world. We are the best. We are the best. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna end the stream with that dwarf tossing story. See you guys when I see you. I don't plan my streams often.